Or industry queries ahead of the GST rate cut rollout on the 22nd of September. Timsy Jaipuria joins us now. Timsy, take us through the top clarifications, please.
Well, top on the list of clarifications is what happens to the medicines which are in stock right now, which are at retail points, at chemists. Well, CBIC has clarified that as per NPPA's order, re-stickering or relabeling is not mandatory on such stock, provided the revised list of reduced rates is displayed at such centers, at such retail points, and also a similar list is provided on medicine by medicine to the retailer. So that's a big clarity. 5% to be there, and in certain cases nil also in cases of medicines for rare diseases and cancer drugs. Even for medical devices, the rates will now come down to 5%. But yes, what happens to existing stock? Well, relabeling and re-stickering not mandatory, provided all the retailers and consumers are well aware about the reduced rates. Secondly, on the list is what happens to the hotel stay for up to 7,500 rupees per day. Well, industry had asked that whether they can opt for 18% with ITC. Well, the government has made it clear that that is not an option. It has to be a mandatory 5% without ITC for any hotel stay below 7,500 rupees or up to 7,500 rupees. When it comes to e-commerce deliveries, so if you and I are wanting to order through our famous e-commerce platform for our local deliveries or food deliveries, well, the e-commerce operator will have to pay 18% GST without ITC if the service operator or the last mile delivery person is not registered under GST. If he is registered, then he will pay it at 18%. Otherwise, the e-commerce operator is liable. Another on this is what happens to salons, gyms, spa, etc. The physical well-being, well over there too. There's a clarity that it is only 5% without ITC, and that is mandatory. You cannot opt for 18% with ITC. So that rate clarification again coming out. And last and not the least, what happens to drones? There are several varieties of drones. So drones with cameras, with recorders, they will be at 18%. However, any other drone, whether used for personal or commercial use, without any camera or recorder, that will be 5%. So these are some important clarifications. And yes, not to forget insurance, another big line out there. So if it is a group company or a major or someone who's booking health insurances for all the employees, then they will be charged 18%. But if you and I are buying a health insurance for ourselves, for our family, then the insurance will not attract any GST. It will be exempt. So if a company buys health insurance policy for all its employees, well, that will be charged at 18%. There is no exemption on that.
All right. Thank you, Timsy, for that comprehensive update. Moving on.